Hey guys, welcome to another installment of Humanized, and today I'm here with my friend Maryam.
Hello, hello.
As you can see, she's absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Mariam, the reason why I love Maryam so much is because you're pretty, but you're also like really nice. And there've been a lot of conversations recently about Instagram, Insta-Baddies, body positivity, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought you were the perfect person to tackle this conversation with. Like we're humanizing Insta-Baddies,
I love that.
which means you're the token
Insta-Baddie.
Insta-Baddie on the couch. And it's perfect because the sun's going down. It's like,
It's a mood.
cocktail hour.
Yeah.
It is kind of a mood. The first question I want to ask you is, how would you describe an Insta-Baddie for those who don't even know what that really is, who have been living under a rock?
I mean, I kind of hate the term, to be honest with you.
I know you do.
I just think an Insta-Baddie is just you are popular on Instagram.
Right.
You're a pretty girl who gets a lot of likes, gets a lot of engagements, and people know who you are on Instagram.
Right.
That is really how I would categorize what an IG baddie is. Now, what I think of myself in that category, yes and no. Like I am put into that category.
How
But
many
I kind
followers do you have, Maryam?
400,000.
Say it, speak loud so they can hear you.
I really hold
Look
on.
on your phone. Instagram has the answer.
Instagram does have the answer. I just don't care. I have 447,000 followers.
Yeah, that's about a half a million.
Almost a half a million.
So you're an Insta-Baddie.
I'm an
We're not gonna,
Insta-Baddie, yeah.
we flex on
Yeah,
this show.
I think an Insta-Baddie too is like once you reach like 100K, you're like,
You're a bona fide Insta-Baddie,
Yeah.
like in the upper echelon. Because I've noticed on Instagram, because like most of my friends are influencers or
Right.
actors, right, or both.
Right.
And I've noticed that there's a thing that happens where you reach like your first 100K and it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And then people tend to get to 300K and start to plateau.
Yeah.
So folks, you're either 300K or a million, right?
Yeah.
So the folks who can even hit the middle, I'm like,
It's hard.
it's hard because either you're at
Yeah.
300K and you're stuck there, or you end up on TV and you get to a million.
Right.
But it's really hard to cultivate past that, and you're already at a half a million. So that's like
and
kind
I
of a
also
big deal.
think that Instagram, with the changes of algorithms and just they're making it really difficult now for people to grow,
The algorithm sucks.
they suck. So like, luckily for me, I kind of grew. Like I've had an Instagram. Oh my god, I've had an Instagram for years. Like in my Instagram, like I didn't really care about it. It was just like it was always like growing, but like I didn't really monetize it till
Right.
2 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
How long have you had an Instagram page?
I've had an Instagram page probably since I was 19. I'm 25 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you started early.
Yeah, and I'm kind of mad because I feel like I really didn't take it serious. Like I would post pictures of like my food and be like, "Y'all, that's what I ate today. Here's
So
my
your
shoes."
page didn't start as an influencer page.
Oh no, my page, like the reason my first following, which most people like if they followed me from back then, like it was all about hair. It was all about natural hair, and luckily for me, I was like posting a lot about like transitioning natural, and a lot of women at the time were going back to like wearing their natural hair.
It ebbs and flows. Like you're 25, but it's funny enough. 20 years ago, natural hair was in.
Yeah,
But
but
now it's back
back
again,
in,
and
yeah.
you were here for the perfect. And you have beautiful hair.
Thank you.
What do you think about people who say that the natural hair community has texturism, right? Like your curl pattern is a very popular curl pattern. Do you think it's harder for girls who have like 4C, 4B hair to push out there?
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm a hairstylist too, so I get my clients who come in and go, "Oh, I'm trying to go on YouTube. I was trying to get information about my hair texture, but I couldn't find anything online. I don't know what products to use. I don't know what to do."
Right.
So absolutely, I think this kind, like my kind of hair, is like idolized. Like, oh, it's so pretty, but like 4C doesn't get the same type of
Ever.
attention, which is unfortunate. And you
And
know,
you specialize in natural hair.
I do specialize in
This is
natural
what I
hair.
love about you. This is why I love about you. People would see you and think that because of your hair, the fact that you're biracial, you're an Insta-Baddie, they would think that you are all these things, right? Like you're part
Right.
of like the us versus them, right?
Right.
But you have a very loved curl pattern, but you're a natural hairstylist.
Yeah.
And you work with people who have hair that isn't
All
always
different textures.
Yeah. So that's why I love our friendship, because you're a perfect example of what I'm always preaching about. Like, don't be so quick to think that just because someone looks like the ideal and is benefiting from a privilege, that they are buying into the privilege.
Yeah, very much so.
And I know that you always talk about like body positivity.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. A lot of the Insta-Baddies have a lot of surgery.
For sure.
Are you all natural?
I'm all natural.
Your whole
100%.
your whole body.
My whole body.
From the top of your head to the tip of your
top
toes.
of my head to the
And
tip
if
of
you
my
weren't,
head.
that would actually be okay. Like,
Yeah, no, it's
I
totally.
actually
This is
personally
my
don't
thing
mind.
that actually like really upsets me about this.
Oh,
okay?
go off.
No, because I talk about this a lot, and then I want to be careful in what I say because I don't think body shaming anybody is okay, right? I don't
Right.
think you should body shame women who get surgery. I don't think you should body shame women who don't. But on my page, I specifically talk a lot about embracing who you are naturally because I see the effects it has on young women working with young women.
Right.
What I've noticed is that when I post about me embracing my naturalness, like being natural, like I don't have it, people are like, you're lying or this and that, like it's impossible, which is really frustrating because I literally have never got surgery done. My boobs are natural. I don't have a ridiculous fake ass. I work very hard in the gym and I'm honestly just super genetically blessed, which I realize that too. I do.
Second life flex of the episode. I'm just genetically blessed.
Well, no, I am. Like,
no, I'm cool with it. I love
people
it.
go like, oh, well, how do you get your hourglass shape? I don't do shit for that. And I'm being honest about that.
But here's the thing. An hourglass shape is one thing, because my waist is 9 inches smaller than my everything else.
Yeah.
But an hourglass shape is very different than fitness. And I think people are not just reacting to your shape. You're also like a fitness influencer,
Yeah,
right?
I do. I work out like almost every day.
Oh.
I'm a workout junkie. But
every day?
Yeah, I love working out. But it's frustrating because I think a lot of women do lie about it. And what I don't like about that is, like, just be honest. Like, if you got your tits done, if you got your butt done, be honest, because then you're sitting up here going, hey, this tea will make you look like me. And it's like, no, it won't. And, like, even, like, I had a waist training company offer me $10K a month to advertise.
$10,000 a month.
And my manager at the time said I was absolutely stupid for not taking it. But the reason I did not take it is, one, I don't believe in waist trainers.
Right.
They're terrible for your body. Two, you did not make my waist like this. Again, it's genetics. So I'm lying. I'm not going to lie to my followers and be like, oh, that's just creating an unhealthy pattern I don't want to do.
Do you think the girls who do the surgery and lie about fitness, like there's girls who get surgery and then do fitness vlogs.
Yeah, then they're
or
like,
girls who are naturally blessed and wear waist trainers on the shape they already have. Do you think that's damaging? Like, do you think that they're irresponsible in doing that?
Yeah, I do. I think when you have an influencer, whether you're a celebrity, an influencer, anybody who has a mass amount of people following you, and it took me a long time to realize this, that you have to be somewhat responsible of what you post online and be aware of what you're posting online and how you're affecting people. And I'm kind of in this place right now where I'm trying to even change my page right now because I have to be aware of what I'm posting and how I'm affecting people. Cause I don't
how so?
Well, I'm very comfortable in my body. If you go on my Instagram page, you'll see a million ass pictures and bikini pictures, which I'll never change. But I think what I want to show is like more about my personality, more about what I do in my day-to-day life, and not just that. I still will have that, but I also don't want women to go on my page and look at my body and feel bad that they don't have a body shape like
Why
mine.
would you never change? Because people get older and they evolve. Like, why are you so adamant about keeping the ass and tits pictures and all those other things? Because I know you get flack from it.
I do.
So why are you so
Which
adamant?
kind of makes me want to go even harder on it.
So is it because you're being defiant, or do you have like another reason?
It's a little bit about being defiant. It's also about like it took me so long to be comfortable in my body. Like before, like all this craze about being this shape was like idolized. Like I went through like many different school systems when I was a kid because my parents moved around a lot in LA, and like as my parents evolved and made more money, we moved into more wider neighborhoods. So going from like the hood to like suburbs and like being like super thick and like big boobs, like people be like, why did you fail a grade? Like you're not in 7th grade, your boobs are super big. And like that was really hurtful.
Right.
And I was very thick. I had huge calves, which I used to like literally like Google exercises to like get my calves smaller because my mom gave me her big calves, which now I love my legs, but my thighs and everything. And I also suffered from an eating disorder from like 15 to about 18 where like I literally had to go to therapy like every week.
Yeah, I had one too.
So as someone who took so long to love their body, and now that I love my body, it's not for men. It's like when people get confused, like it's not for men. You know what I mean? I'm 100% fully comfortable in who I am.
But you have to like the attention that you get from men.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
Let's keep it one. This is called Humanized.
Yeah.
I know. I don't mind when men think I'm pretty.
I love going out and making everybody uncomfortable. I love it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
it.
expecting that. Why do you love making people uncomfortable?
Because it's just fun. Because it's just like a social experiment in my head. I honestly don't even get offended when people judge me because it lets me know who you are.
Right.
I don't even waste my time. If you already have a preconception of who I am based on how I look or dress, like I need to know everything I need to know about you already.
What about those who say you present what you present actually has impact?
It does.
So do you think you have a responsibility in the perception based on you presenting that? Because it's one thing if you're saying somebody's prejudging you, but what if somebody's looking at what you're putting out there?
For sure.
Like they're not making it up, they're actually seeing it.
For
so
sure.
Like, what do you think of someone who just sees you and has met 8 million girls who present themselves in that way, and so they're making an educated assumption? Like, do you see space to like have some grace if somebody misconceives you because it's an obvious misconception.
Yeah, like again, like when I say that, I don't mean that like if some I'm talking about people who are like, ugh, like you look like a slut. I'm not gonna associate with you, or you're dressed like that. I don't want to associate with you. Like say that to my face.
That's happened to you?
Oh yeah. Or like,
wow.
But or if someone goes, hey, I met you, which happens a lot, like, I really thought you'd be like this, or a mean girl, or super, like, superficial, whatever, but you're not. Like, I'm not mad about that. I get that, like, the way I look comes with in the way I dress is going to come with a preconception of something else, right? Because I am pictured in that IG baddie, thing too. So it's like people are going to perceive me that way, and that's fine. That just is what it is. But
it's crazy because of how I met you. Like,
yeah,
when I met you at a pool party.
Yeah.
Like you had on no clothes, and I didn't give a shit. Well, I'm a weird person. I don't really care. Like I don't look at people and say, oh, you look a certain way, I'm dismissing you. I'm always curious, like, oh, let's see who you are. You know what I mean? So we had no moments of weirdness at all. It was like instant for us.
Oh no, you walked in the door. I was like, I like you.
Yeah, I was like, I like you too. And then Melissa handed me like a plate of chicken, and next thing I know, we're next to a pool eating chicken. I was like, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
So we never had that weird moment, but I could see how a woman who is maybe insecure, or a woman who just doesn't have the same value system, because sometimes it's not insecurity.
It is.
Sometimes
value.
it's just a completely different value system. Like Aisha Curry back in the day. This is my one gripe with Aisha Curry.
I have the thing with her too.
I think she's a wonderful young lady, and I want her to win, right? So I have no personal vendetta against her. I just find it interesting that she would perhaps unintentionally talk down to women who dress a certain way, and now she's posting bikini pictures.
Right.
Like the exact kind of woman that she was.
Something that bothered me with her when she did that, it's like, okay, like you can have your religious beliefs and, views on things, but don't put them onto other people, right?
Yeah.
And like, well, my body's for my man. That's one thing that bothers me too when people say that to me. Your man's not, or you have a man, is he okay with that? My body will never belong to my man. My body belongs to me. I'm not someone's property. Now, if that's how you choose to live your life, that's fine. And I think that's beautiful. Like, people, it's funny because I actually was Muslim till I was 7. Like, my mom gave birth to me in full hijab. So yes, like my parents like literally converted to Islam before I was born, and they practiced that till I was 7, and then I grew up very spiritual. I grew up in the most.
So you were born into a Muslim setting, and now your bikini like pages.
Well,
that is a hell of an evolution.
Well, no, but like this is what my point in bringing that up is that I see, even though I'm not religious, and even though like my family doesn't practice that religion anymore, and we stopped practicing when I was 7, I have respect for that culture, and I have respect for women who do want to cover their body. I don't look at women who go like, I don't show some clothes. Like, no, that's beautiful. Like, if that's what makes you empowered and that's what your belief system is, that's beautiful. But with Aisha Curry, when she said that about women, I was like, ooh, like, I don't like that. And then when the whole thing happened with her on the show talking about, I want some male attention, and then she came out later and was basically like, asking support from like females. I'm like, it's interesting that now you're asking support from women when at some time you were bashing a certain group of women.
You think she's learned her lesson?
I think people can evolve, and I think she's learned her lesson.
Has she ever acknowledged that she's learned her lesson?
No.
Because that's my thing. I actually like the evolution. What I don't like is us pretending like it didn't happen. Like, that you weren't sending those tweets a while ago.
Yeah.
And so she's asking for a level of grace that I'm not sure she gave in the beginning. And so it'd be I would love to interview Aisha Curry and ask her about this.
Be a dope
I'd be like, girl, let's have a moment, because I feel like this was a missed opportunity.
Well, and I think also too, it's like she got married super young. I think she came from a religious background too, and I think
Yeah, and I came from a religious background. It made me judgmental as well, so I can kind of see.
Right, and then I think her husband's an NBA star who probably has like women lusting after him, so maybe that was like a thing of insecurity too, like for her to like, maybe those are the type of women she saw trying to come after her husband. It was just like, people, we definitely do stuff sometimes and say stuff before we think, which is like the crazy thing about social media is like
it's forever. Now, question, we're talking about dating and your body belonging to a man. Has your Instagram page ever been an issue in a romantic relationship? Because there are some men who, regardless of how much they love your body confidence, would have a problem with your page. And would, like, has that ever been an issue for you?
No, yes and no. Like, my ex-boyfriend who I dated for about 3.5 years, he's a director, and he's like a super feminist, and he like was all about it. He was all about the way I dressed. He was all about the way I posted. He didn't give
nice.
2 flying fucks.
Yeah, that's like, beautiful.
Yeah, there was like one time we went out, like, we went out to go eat, and I had like a red thong on and a chain dress. I'll show you afterwards. It was like ridiculous.
A red thong and a chain dress, Maryam.
I think I was like 21 at the time, and I was just like reckless. And he was like, "That's what you wearing to dinner?" I was like, "Yeah." And like it was all our friends with us, and they were just like, okay. And then like it was just like, yeah, I was like, yeah, this is me. But I loved that about him, where he was just like, yo, do your thing, but like that's my girl, whatever. So like with him, that was never an issue. Then I dated another guy, and honestly, like that was never an issue for him too. He was kind of just like honestly trying to like help me monetize. He was like, you should be doing this and you should be doing that.
So
like,
they were proud of you.
Yeah, but my last encounter, the last person I dated for a very short period of time, did make some comments about like, oh, like when you post videos of you twerking, like, I don't know, like that's a lot. And I'm just like, listen, what did Meg Thee Stallion say? It's 2020, we ain't arguing about twerking.
Would you leave a guy if he didn't fully accept you, or would you find a compromise? Like if you found a guy that you were in love with and his value system, he's not judging you, it's just a value system thing.
I would tone it down,
you would tone it down for him.
Maybe. Depending on, it would be like, I mean, that's such a like gray area. I would tone it down maybe, but if he was just like, hey, can you tone it down a little bit? Yeah, maybe. But I'm gonna be who I
That was even I don't believe that. Does anybody on set believe that? Maybe she was like, yeah, maybe, and we're back to twerking.
Well, it just.
And you're 25.
Yeah.
I
don't post videos. So, I mean, on my story I do. But
yeah, but here's the thing: you are 25, and I always say your 20s. That's the time to do this shit.
Well, yeah.
Like if you're gonna drop it and show it and have fun, you know, I'm a big fan of like women having a moment of sexual liberation before settling down. Mm-hmm. Not because I want everybody to be a hoe. I think somebody thinks that somebody wrote in something like, "Blue, you want everybody to be a hoe?" No, I don't want everybody to be a hoe, but I want you to explore your sexuality before you commit, so that you don't feel like you have any regrets. Because I know so many moms who wish they had done more stuff when they were young.
I hear it all the time from my clients.
We know so many people in their 40s who are like, damn, when I was 25, I wish I'd have been worn the red thong with the chain link.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, this is what pisses me off. First of all, I got natural boobies, okay? So I got like 5 good years left before these bitches drop.
No, gravity, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna live my best life. I work my ass off at the gym. I'm gonna embrace this. I'm gonna be comfortable in this. And if this offends you, I'm sorry, but I really don't give a fuck. Like, I just don't.
You know what's interesting is I realized, even though visually people think we look very different, we're both body positivity activists. Right. And I always say that, like, the body positivity movement isn't just about women who look like Lizzo or Ashley Graham. It's also girls on the other end who are trying to like have sexual freedom, right? What do you think about people in the body positivity movement who say that you're part of the problem, not the solution?
Why would I be part of the problem?
Because a lot of them are like, well, girls who look like you or have pages like you, that ideal is what's tearing apart women's self-esteem. How are you a body positivity advocate when you're part of the ideal that they feel like they're suffering under?
Well, that's what I said earlier, kind of about me wanting to change some things on my page, because I do realize that I do have some natural genetic blessings, and I do realize I work out, and it's very easy for me to tone my body up, and that's not the case for some people. So that's kind of like what I'm working on right now, is like I really want to start. I have some events I'm working on right now for women empowerment stuff and body positivity.
Oh, nice.
And I really want to highlight different types of body types, because I talk to girls, like, which people don't see. Like, people DM me, and I respond to all of them. To guys, I'm sorry, I really don't. But like, unless it's some like intellectual conversation, I usually don't. But to my female
DMs are not usually where men go for intellectual.
I have female followers who like message me and be like, "This is what I'm struggling with," or blah blah blah. And I love like talking to them and discussing those things with them. But I do want to highlight like every type of body, and I think it's hard because I'm like, I always preach about like embrace who you are and blah blah blah. But it's like, yeah, but I'm not gonna be stupid and act like, oh, my body is like, you know, not ideal in today's society. It is. So I do understand the impacts of that. And that's why I also...
Yeah, that's crazy, because 20 years ago, it wouldn't have been.
No.
Like, you just happen to have your body be on trend.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, everybody, if you said you had a fat ass,
yeah,
that was an insult. Yeah. And now it's like supposed to be a great thing. So you just lucked out that your moment came at the time that you were here.
Well, and what you said is just really powerful, too, a trend.
Yeah.
And that's what I always tell people. Like, I remember when it was super into be super skinny, right? And that's when I was like going through like my eating disorder and stuff like that. I wanted my legs to be like as skinny as my arms.
Oh, wow.
And so it's like, if you try to follow the trends and try to be like what everyone else is doing, it's going to be very damaging. And that's why it's very important for you to be mindful of who you follow on social media. Like, does this person make you feel good? Like, when you look at their page, do you feel inspired? Do you feel like motivated? Do you feel like happy? If you don't feel those things, unfollow them. I had to do it myself with people I follow. I was like, damn, like I do it too, where I compare myself to people like, damn. And social media is like, you're just getting a glimpse, and it's all fake for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say fake, I mean no one's posting their bad moments. No one's posting them rolling out of bed or like after they eat a burrito.
And even the ones who post their bad moments sometimes turn that into their branding to like be depressed all the time. And that ends up being their brand. Like, I'm Daria. I'm like, yeah, you have no good days.
Exactly.
Like, none.
None. Yeah. So I think it's just important to be mindful of who you follow on social media. But it is interesting because this new era of just surgery. And again, like I have no issue with women getting surgery, and I don't want to shame women who get surgery, but I do think that there's such an emphasis on it right now. Like if you look on fashion boutiques, there's not any natural girls. It's fake boobs, fake ass. All these like Insta celebrities mostly are fake ass, fake boobs, which is why I kind of get grouped in with that, which is really annoying. But I say all that to like be that young girls are looking at that, and I have young clients of mine who like tell me they're like 16 and 17. They're like, I can't wait to graduate high school, like, and get my lips done so I can look like Kylie Jenner, or get my ass done.
Wow.
And like that breaks my heart because like, and when I was coming up, I didn't have social media to like compare myself to all these people and then think, oh, there's a way I can fix this with surgery. And instead of them worrying about like college or what they want to do next, they're worried about how they're going to change their body. And your body can change so much. My body's changed so much from 19 to now, and it continues to change. And it's just like, I'd rather we focus on loving yourself. And if you do get surgery, it's because you want it to, not because you were on Instagram and you want to be the next Instagram baddie.
What do you think is the biggest misconception about you? If you had a moment of pure self-awareness, what do you think is something that people think about you that is completely off?
I don't work, which I work.
You work a lot.
A lot.
Like the reason why this is our first nighttime shoot.
Yeah.
Because we had to wait for you to get off of work. Yeah.
That I don't work, and that people perceive that I'm probably really mean, which is like so far left.
You're
like
so not mean.
I think I'm like the most approachable person ever. Well, maybe not. Maybe if you look at me, maybe not. But like I'm very approachable, and that I'm a whore or slut because the way I take pictures was one of the biggest ones. Like people just assume that if you're comfortable in your body, if you're naked all the time, you must have many sexual partners, which is like not true.
You're like a serial monogamist.
No, I haven't like even had that many sexual encounters in my 25 years, different partners.
It's crazy. Like, does that stuff ever hurt your feelings? I know that it's easy for us, myself included, to be like, I'm a bad bitch, whatever. I'm a grown ass woman.
Yeah.
Fuck my haters. But we all have moments where something just hits you, right? Mm-hmm. Does it ever hurt your feelings knowing that people are walking around seeing you in a way that's not speaking to your heart?
It doesn't anymore, and it's funny. The reason where it clicked for me when it stopped, like before I would argue, people would be like, no, like, go back and forth, and it would really hurt my feelings. And after I became a viral meme because of Ryan, who you guys interviewed.
Yes. Okay, for those who don't have context, on my podcast, I'm Here for the Food, Maryam became a meme. It's so funny because we interviewed Jason earlier, and he was like, oh, you're interviewing Maryam, I'm going to ask her about the meme? So I'm going to ask you about the meme. Did that meme hurt your feelings?
Oh my God, it was horrible, and it was the best and worst.
Explain the meme very quickly to people who haven't seen it.
Okay, so the meme was basically Ryan Davis, who's a funny comedian, and actually my friend, he's cool as shit now. He did a video talking about why he follows women, basically like, I'm following you because I want to fuck you, and you're this, I'm not liking your pictures because this, like, like just basically talking
being
about,
funny about, yeah.
But he had done that video like months ago. Somebody just took like this really like, sexy big beach picture I had and connected the two. So it was like his video next to mine. So it made it look like he was talking about me.
Right.
So someone tagged me in it, and I was like, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Like, why is he talking shit about me? It looked like he was talking shit about me.
Right.
And then I was like, whatever. But then it went like viral. Like,
here's my thing about the meme though, right?
Yeah.
If he said what he said, and that's his truth, like,
yeah.
I'm only following you because I think you're sexy, and you put the picture out there, why did it bother you so much?
It didn't bother me about the picture or what he said. It bothered me that what he was talking about, like, I can't remember the exact context of the video. I'll have to watch it again. But he said some things that were like, your body, like talking about fake body parts, or like you don't work or something like that. And I was just like, this, besides, and I said this too when I posted on my Instagram, the only thing that relates to me and what he said is that I'm naked. But everything else doesn't. And so that connotation with that bothered me. Not even what I looked.
Okay, that makes sense. Because up until you said that, I was like, well, if she put the picture out there.
Yeah, no, if he was just
talking. Why is she upset?
No, if he was just talking about a bikini picture, I wouldn't have given a shit. But he said a lot of stuff in the video, and And I'm like, whoa, like that's a really bad look because I'm none of those things. And it made it seem like he was specifically talking about me.
What do you think about, because let's be honest,
Yeah.
right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I picked you because I know you personally. First of all, we're in the front room of my house. I'm not inviting anybody over that I don't know or
Right.
like, right? So I know you're not that girl, but that girl does exist.
Oh no, she does.
The Insta-Baddie with the surgery who scams guys and doesn't work and just takes pictures.
Which annoyed me because I'm like,
She
why did y'all
exists.
attach?
So my thing is, what do you think of her? As a fellow Insta-Baddie who's not her, what do you think of that girl? And be honest, because this is humanized. We're humanizing this
Okay, so what do I think of the fake body in
scammer, doesn't work.
posts fit tees that get you skinny but that don't?
Because there's a lot of hers.
One, I think it's hard because I feel like I'm being hypocritical too. I just said to him before we start the show, I said I'm the worst influencer. My manager tells me this all the time. She's like, because you can't be fake.
Right.
I think there's a huge level of irresponsibility into that, and I think it's a lot of narcissism. And I think if you are going to get surgery, I think people should just stop being focused on pretending their life's the best, pretending their body's the best, being narcissistic, only posting like, oh, I look good, here's my outfit, buy this tea, whatever, and be more personable in the sense of like, if you did get surgery, like talk about it. And just, or be like, this is why I got surgery, I'm not gonna thank the funk, I didn't get this off of tea, I didn't get this off of a waist trainer. I think the problem is, and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier, the level of knowing your impact and how that affects people. I think it's irresponsible to some degree, but someone could say the same about me, you know what I mean?
That's true.
So I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, but I mean, listen, I follow a ton of beautiful women on Instagram, and I'm like, yo, you look great. Like, I have friends who have gotten surgery. I'm like, yo, you look great. Like, I'm not ever going to shame anybody for what they choose to do with their body. But I think that as influencers, people need to, like, stop looking at everything they do as a paycheck and realize that you're affecting people's lives.
Speaking of paychecks, how did you start monetizing? Did you meet your manager and then he or she put you on the path, or was it a certain level? Like how did you go from being a hobby to it being your actual business?
I didn't even get management till like a year ago, and it's funny, when I did get management, like I this is actually interesting. Like I cried after I got my management, not because the money or anything like that. I cried because I had a deep self-reflection thing about a year ago where I realized like I had really changed. Because one of my Instagram followers had like, hey, I followed you, like been following you for years. And I'm so sad I have to unfollow, which is not why I was crying, but like you used to post about like healthy recipes or about like manifestations or about like yoga tips or workout tips and like hair stuff. And like, not that I dislike your sexy pictures, but like now you never share like more of your life, and like I miss that, and I don't know, I can't subscribe to you anymore.
Oh wow.
And I was like, whoa, like that was like the first comment that like made me.
That's a real comment.
And then I went and met with a couple like people who are looking to manage me, and I met with the agency, and one of the girls who I met with said something really powerful. She goes, like, I had like no makeup on, and I came to meet her, and she was just like, I wish you would show this. Like, she's like, you're so like down to earth, you're so chill, like you're so cool. She's like, you work out, like I like to work out. She's like, I want to hang out with you. And she's like, you don't show any of this. And it's true. And it's like, not because I don't want to, because I used to, and that's how I gained my following before to begin with. But I just got so busy, and then it was just kind of like sexy, and then it was kind of like, oh, bikini companies and okay, lingerie companies, and then I was just like, like I have a real job too. So it's like now I'm really in the time of rebranding, and I don't even want to say rebranding because that's stupid, because it's who I am.
No, rebranding happens, evolution. We rebrand ourselves in real life all the time. What is Maryam 2.0 going to be like? Maryam
2.0 is gonna be just like, I just want people to like have into my daily life of who I am.
Right.
You know, I want to talk more. I want to get on IGTV. I want to start doing videos about manifestation, which is something like Manifesting Mary isn't just a name. Like, I'm all about manifesting your best life, you know, being powerful of your words.
I'm happy you said that, because when I saw your page name and then I saw your page, I was like, I don't see anything about manifestation.
Right.
I don't get the name.
Right.
So I'm happy you addressed that, because I was so confused. I was like, girl, why is this not called Bikini Mary? I'm so confused.
You're like, where's the manifestation at?
For people who are aspiring, there's some girls who are like, screw everything Maryam said. She's pretty. I want to get paid to be pretty. Like, on average, on a month, like, what does an influencer like make from influencing?
I mean, it depends. It depends on a couple of things.
Give a gamut. I'm not asking for your pay stubs, but like, give a gamut for those who want to see behind the veil of like what that looks like when you monetize.
It depends on your following, but I would say like you can make, depending on your following, anywhere from like 1,000 to like 50K a month.
1,000 to 50K a month. So my new page, Manifesting Blue, is gonna be coming out. Look, that is amazing. Like, Blue, why are you?
Let me be very honest.
That's amazing.
Too. I am kind of like the worst influencer because.
No, don't say that because there's a space and you're learning, right?
Right.
Like,
Well, I'm learning.
You're 25. Let me tell you, if I had your business acumen at 25, I'd be president right now. Like, I think it's amazing that like what people don't see about you is that you're a really smart businesswoman. You're very savvy. You're really good with money. You're really good with marketing. You're in on the joke, right? Like when we talked to Jason earlier, I was like, Jason, I love that you're in on the joke, and that's why I picked you as well. Mm-hmm. Like, you get what people are thinking about you, and you leverage it to get what you need.
Right.
And I think there's something, especially in this town, where there's a lot of pretty girls who aren't getting paid.
Right.
They're just showing themselves and doing whatever, but they're not using it to leverage.
Well, that's the thing too. There's a lot of influencers now. There is a big misconception that if you have a following, you're getting paid. I know a lot of influencers who are sleeping on someone's couch, who are not making money. The problem is
no shade to them either.
No shade to them either, because listen, like, fucking hustle, do your thing, but also you don't see that, so you're like comparing yourself to someone else's life, like, oh, they have nice cars, no, they just took a picture with a car in the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, and also that's why I'm so happy, like, influencing is not something that I'm like, oh, this is my career path. Like, I have a career that I'm passionate about. That's hair. I've been doing that since I was 16 years old, and I'm very successful in that. And I'm able to take care of myself. The influencer money just goes into savings that one day I'll be able to buy a California house.
That's a hell of a savings.
Well,
question. I have two last questions because it's a night shoot, and so we've been shooting all day. I'm tired, but I loved you so much. I had to have you come today. Would you ever leave IG and social media?
No.
You're never gonna leave it?
No.
So you do enjoy it?
I enjoy it because, like, again, like, I'm very, now, I wasn't before, I'm very purposeful about who I follow and what I go on Instagram for. Like, I don't follow anybody who doesn't inspire me in some way now.
And you follow me, so I love that.
I follow you, but, like, I love social media is great if you use it the right way. Right. I have made so many, like, amazing friends on social media. I have been able to, like, help some of my friends' businesses grow. I've been able to help other businesses grow. I've been able to help my own business grow. It's fucking amazing if you use it the right way. If you don't use it to compare yourself, if you don't use it to, like, mindlessly scroll through, if you use it the right way, it's fucking awesome. It's all about how you use everything and how you perceive everything. If you're just following a whole bunch of girls like, why don't I look like her? I hate my life, or blah, blah, blah. Or if you're following people like my friend Sheila Marie, she just married Ace Hood. She's fucking dope. Right. Like, she's like, I love her. She's my friend in real life, but I love her page, and she does, like, a lot of, like, real woman empowerment and healing, and she, like, I look forward. So
basically you love social media because you're seeing it as a tool rather than something to make you feel bad. Yeah. Last question, because they told me we have to wrap up. Vine went bust, right? Yeah. If Instagram went bust right now, because there's a joke out there. There's a meme that says a lot of you guys wouldn't have modeling careers if Instagram went down. Facts. So if Instagram went down tomorrow, what would be your backup plan? That's our last question, because I think a lot of girls who want to emulate you or look up to you, don't think about what would you do if Instagram went away right now.
I would probably just move to TikTok to have a presence.
She's like, I'd be doing them videos. You know what?
I just started my TikTok, you know.
Oh, I love it.
I'd be all right financially because, again, I have a real job, a real career. That's true. And not saying that what they do is not a real job, but I have, like, something I go to every day, and I make money and go home, and I do Instagram on my days off.
So the answer is you'd be on TikTok.
I would be on TikTok.
You know, oh God, I wish we had more time, because these are the kind of conversations we need to have. Yeah. Because people see you and they create a myth around you. And I know what it's like when people create a myth around me too for other reasons, right? And when you're a myth, that's why I did this show. I want people to see that there's an actual person behind the chick you're seeing on your Explore page who you're making up these stories about. Right. Maryam, I want to do another thing of this. I want you to get some of your Insta-Baddie friends. Yes. Because you don't represent all of them. Like, you're a unicorn. Let me not say it. Maybe you're not a unicorn, but you represent a very wholesome version of what that is. Yeah. I would love to see those other girls tell us what they're thinking. Yeah. Because I can't.
Right, yeah.
All right, guys, until next time, thank you for watching Humanized. We're here with our new friends to the show, Maryam. She'll be back, right?
I'll be back. I love the tilt couch.
Yeah.
Even though it's cold in here, I'm anemic.
The AC's cranky because there's so many lights. Until next time, bye, guys.
Bye.